What is going on, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome to another episode on the CryptoWealthy channel, and today we're going to discuss about the Bitcoin price. So what is going on with the price in the past 7 days, and we're going to read some news that we got in the past 7 days. So as we're standing here on the trading view, we can see that we broke very bearish through that descending triangle that we talked about 7 days ago. So as we can see in the past 7 days, we actually saw the bakkt launch over here, and right after that we managed to break down and find a support somewhere around here on 7,600 and retrace to the $8,200. Now the good side of this drop from the descending triangle is actually we're going to see some health correction if we actually bounce from this area of support, which we have plenty of it. But the bad news are actually if we manage to break down from this kind of a support from 7,600, we're going to see probably levels of $6,000 and $5,000. So what this potentially means is that since we actually reached this bottom here on the $3,200 and on the way up we didn't had so much time to build up support, and if we break up this $7,600 support, we're probably going to reach again 6,000 or 5,000. Potentially anything can happen. I don't believe that we're going to see those levels, but it is possible. If we do see them, just be prepared to buy more bitcoins if you're in the Bitcoin actually or in altcoins. But I'm sure now that I'm preparing myself to buy on these kind of levels. If we do not see those drops of the $5,000 to $6,000, we could see taking out those levels of $10,000, $12,000, and finally those 13 and a half, and we're going to potentially see $15,000 and maybe reach those 20,000 that we saw here in the 2017. And I don't think it's going to be so much hard to do that because we do not have some resistance up here, because in 2017 we saw that price actually went too parabolic and too fast to build up those support levels on the same way that we did here since we bottomed to the $3,000 and went all the way up to the $14,000. But the only thing that actually scares me is a low level volume that we have could potentially bring some whales to manipulate price, because we all know that whenever we have low volume, the price fluctuations up or down is very possible, especially with not such a big amounts of bitcoins. Now, main topic for today is, does bakkt manipulating the Bitcoin price? Let's read this topic here on the Cointelegraph. What is their opinion and why did Bitcoin actually fall after the launch from 23rd of September? Trade 71 Bitcoin futures contracts in the first 24 hours. Since the launch of bakkt Bitcoin futures, the intraday volume has stayed between 70 to 100 Bitcoin, which indeed is small when compared to BitMEX, an unregulated exchange with more than 250,000 of Bitcoins. Intraday volume on September 23, 2019. However, it is noteworthy that the regulated platforms generally have a smoother launch in comparison with crypto-native platforms. The main reason the volume is low is they just do not have the customer base yet. It will more than likely take several more months before they see broader institutional customers using the platform. Remember, institutional money has always been skeptical of Bitcoin. So guys, when it comes to institutional investors, bakkt's move here will probably not make much of an impact of or even difference of the price of Bitcoin at first. As you can see, we even dropped even lower. And this is because bakkt's product is still new and it faces some problems, like the institutional investors are very skeptical about Bitcoin, and probably because they're still watching Bitcoin as a risky investment, and they are still not comfortable to put some money into this market and feel such a volatility like we do in the past few months and years. One of the bigger reasons that the volume is low on the bakkt is, as you can see, they do not have the customer base yet. They just launched the platform. It will more than likely take several or more months before they see broader institutional customer using that platform. But remember one thing: institutional money has always been skeptical of Bitcoin, and it's going to be like that until we see some kind of a better regulation into this market, and more of the platforms like Wall Street adopting the Bitcoin on the big doors. This is the only topic that I wanted to talk about this today, because the whole market is full of negativity because of bakkt launch and drop of the pricing to the under the support level. I just want to tell you, do not worry about the price. This is just a temporary dip, and even if it's not, even if we manage to dip to the $5,000 or $4,000, just make sure you use that opportunity to buy more Bitcoins to accumulate, because you do know what will happen when we start to see again those $10,000, $20,000. You are going to regret because you didn't buy Bitcoin or, I don't know, some other crypto asset. Just make sure you be prepared for the next bull market, and until the next time, bye bye.